Okay, you're good. You're good.
You gotta get that count out. Why don't you have a seat?
I will. I'm just making sure. I'm gonna have a seat. Hold on.
Look at that. We are live. We got 7 people on. Hello, everybody. Yeah, the sign worked out pretty good, right? I don't know if your sound. Oh, your sound's off. Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
So.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hi.
Hello, everybody popping on. How's everybody on this Monday?
Yeah, we're actually doing the show on Monday when we're
on time.
supposed to.
Robert Carlson just yelled at you. Sit down.
I'm going to sit down. I'm going to sit down. Hold on.
She's trying to share out the feed to everywhere. We'll have to start. Hello, Mary from Michigan, our hometown.
Michigan, yay!
We need to start having somebody else share this stuff out.
Yeah, I
It'd be
know.
a lot easier if Suzanne
If
was sitting
Suzanne
there.
or somebody could do that.
Could share this with the groups once we go live. That would be fantastic. Suzanne, you want Employee of the Month? You're in jeopardy. You're in jeopardy. It's my birthday, so I'm going, happy birthday, Kathy.
Happy birthday. All right, guys, we have so much to talk about tonight, like fun stuff. So please share this video before we get started because, I mean, we always have a good time.
What are we going to talk about? What's going on?
I don't know. I can't think of
I got it in
anything
my
to
notes when we get to it.
talk about. What are we going to talk about?
We'll be good in a few minutes. So go ahead and have a seat. Get going here.
I know you're waiting on me, aren't you?
Yes, we are.
Okay, sorry. I'm going to sit. I promise.
Yeah,
All
you're already
right.
mic'd up. 138 people. Holy cow. We have more people watching than we've ever had.
Yeah, to start with,
So
because you know why? Because everybody wants to know.
I know, so let's get going
what
before
we
they start
have to
dropping
say.
off.
I know, before you start dropping off. So, okay, hold on.
They love your slinky dog.
Thanks.
Dan.
Thank you. All right, wait. Am I in the frame right?
Well, let's find out. 'Cause you were standing for so
Can you
long.
see me?
Sure.
You guys, we're accumulating more and more stuff every week. Pretty soon,
I know. I need to start. I don't have anything up here. This is all hers.
You're not going to be able to see us pretty soon if we keep accumulating.
Michelle said she loves us both.
Aw, I love you, girl. Okay.
Okay. Looks like we're growing here. Ooh, 140. Wow. Thank you so much. That's an awesome.
Last week the show did really, really well on reach, and I know that it was like crazy and fun and whatever, but I think that's what makes it so good and that's what makes it so special because what you see is what you get.
Then I think we need to start this week's show.
All right, let's go.
Let's go. Welcome to TMSM Weekly Live, show number 12 for July 2nd. July 2nd, 2018. I'm your host, Scott Atwood.
And I am Michelle Atwood.
And we were sitting there trying to think, what in the world are we going to talk about this week? I mean, there's so much going on in the Disney world.
I don't know. It was hard to figure something out.
Toy Story Land?
Yeah, I think something happened this week.
Something great with Toy Story Land. It's been a little bit of news. You may have missed it. And if you did, we're going to catch you up on everything. So, as you know, we've been talking about it for weeks now, leading up to the opening. Michelle had been there 3 times, March, April, and May.
Yes.
And then she was there for Thursday and Friday for the media preview. Thursday, she was there it was like 13 and a half hours total. I dropped her off at what?
It was early. It was like 7:30.
7:30, and then we got home about 10.
Yeah,
I picked her up,
it was all day long.
It was, and the parking lot. If you haven't been to the studios yet, the parking lot's huge. They've expanded it so much that I was driving. I'm like, am I still in the same parking lot? I really didn't know it got that.
Yeah,
bad,
it's completely different now because they're expanding because of the Toy Story Land and because Galaxy's Edge is on the horizon. So the studios is all of a sudden going to get a whole lot of traffic, which was needed. It was totally needed.
Which is funny because the studios for so long has been the park that people kind of avoided because there wasn't much to do, or they did a half a day.
Half a day park.
Then now it's the park that everybody is hitting up for the new land. They want to check it out. They want to see it, and with the wait times, I can understand why they need the day. So
yeah,
Michelle is gonna let you guys know everything she's been through, seen, and done. I haven't been yet. The boys haven't been yet. We're actually going tomorrow over there to check it all out for the first time. But I'm gonna let Michelle take it and tell you guys what all she's seen.
Okay, so I am going. I actually have a new computer this week, so I'll be able to try to watch.
Hey Robert, guess what color it is?
You weren't supposed to point that out.
Robert, it's Rolls Gold. Believe it or not.
He said there's still people waiting in line from Saturday. There might be. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is like everything else that we do with the Main Street Mouse, we're gonna talk like we're at Starbucks or wherever, having a cocktail, having somewhere.
Starbucks?
Not a Starbucks. No, I meant
Well,
people that don't like
Disney
like coffee.
Springs one does. Across from the Star Wars store and the Marvel store. That one does sell wine, I think.
Do they?
I believe they do.
No, I was saying like coffee or wine or whatever. You totally blew my train of thought.
Sorry, go for it.
Okay, no, what I'm saying is like we're gonna sit and talk like just pals, and I'm gonna tell you about my day. And if you have questions in between there, I'll try to answer.
And I'll watch the questions so if something pops up that's pertinent.
Okay, so here we go, because it's a good story, and I love telling stories. So, all right.
Never would have guessed that.
I love telling stories. Okay, so early Thursday morning, I had to get up and get myself all organized and situated to go to Hollywood Studios because Toy Story Land, the media preview, was starting, and it was going to be early. Now, I was lucky enough to have a Disney rep or a handler, as they call them, to meet at the park to spend my day with him. His name was Clay, and he was amazing. And I think I made a new friend because we had like all kinds of like fun together. So if you're watching, Clay, I love you. We had the best time. So when we got to the park, I was kind of like in work mode because I knew that like there was tons of media there, you guys. It was local news, it was international news, it was radio stations, television stations, Good Morning America, like you name it. It was really intimidating to be there. You feel like a little fish in a big pond with these kind of events. So when I got there, I found Clay and we went to the back and I told him, I said, I'm really chatty, but we're gonna have fun. And
well, he would have never caught on to that one.
Okay, well, I just wanted him to fair warning. And I said the only thing that I really require is to remind me to drink water so I don't drop because it was so hot outside that day. Thank God we didn't have rain, but it was hot that day. So we got back to Toy Story Land, and I was excited because like he had said, I had seen it before. I've seen the construction of Toy Story Land. I saw it in March, I saw it in April, saw it in May, and now I was actually getting to walk through. And
you'd never gone through the main entrance?
No, we actually, when they brought us in the back by Slinky Dog. Like you'll see when you go. It's over to the side. They brought us into a different entrance. Why are you laughing already?
Carolyn said, I'm really chatty, but we're going to have fun.
Oh, no.
And Robert said Clay's up for sainthood.
Yeah. Oh, okay, fine. So anyway, fine. You know what? What you see?
It's all good.
It's all good. It's all good. Okay, so we get back to the land and you have like the magic, here it is. I have a whole box of goodies to show you guys too. Okay, so this was like the golden ticket, as you would call it. There was a lot of people standing outside of the Toy Story Land area. It was like paparazzi. They had like fake bushes, a wall of fake bushes, and an umbrella, which I'm not sure why. But anyway, so you walk around the umbrella, and you had to have one of these badges to get back in that area. And I saw a lot of cast members having to turn people away because people just wanted to get back there so bad. But that day literally was just media, and then later in the day they had some travel agents come and take a look. Okay, so anyway, so golden ticket, if you will. So I had this, so this was my in and out for the whole day. So when I got back there, walking in the main entrance, it was really exciting because I finally got to see it how everybody is going to see it, when you walk in. So I told Clay, I'm like, okay, here we go. Let's get
Game on.
Game on, let's go. So I put on my live feed because I wanted you guys to walk through and see it with me for the first time because I thought it was more exciting that way. So we can all see it together. And we had so many people. That video, by the end of the day, was like over 120,000 people in reach, which is amazing. So thank you for walking with me.
And if you haven't seen the video, it's on our YouTube channel. So you can go out there and watch and walk through again if you haven't done it yet.
Yes. So that video that I took on Thursday morning is on our YouTube channel. So if you missed it, it's there. I'm talking.
I'm going to put Jack on my head.
I know.
So
I feel like I have an animal on my head. Oh, I do have an animal on my head.
Yeah.
But you know what? These are pretty comfortable. And no, this isn't the one I'm giving away tonight. This was an extra pair.
A few people have asked you, or they keep saying how much they like them. They haven't asked which one you're going with, but she's got the other pair she purchased to give away.
I bought this one at the cart during the media preview, and then the next day Disney gave me a goodie bag and gave me this one. So because I had two, you guys are getting one. But let's go. We'll talk about that later. Okay. So no, I'm not giving you the band that's off my head. I wouldn't wear it and then give it to you.
Although if you want to raise money, we could probably. We're taking bids. Do I hear $1, $1?
Nobody wants that. Okay. Anyway, so back to the live feed. So I started the live feed and we started walking together. It was overwhelming to be able to see it and to see everybody's answers or questions and stuff and how excited everybody was, because one of the things is that people were wondering if Toy Story Land was going to live up to the hype, because
And somebody asked that question.
Okay, so we're on the same page.
Yep, we're right there.
The hype. It's awesome. I mean, it is awesome. I know that I've told you guys about it for, months now, about how the concept of Toy Story Land is that you are in Andy's backyard and you are the size of a toy. You're like the size of a green army man. And that's why Woody's lunchbox is like supposed to be a lunchbox that Andy dropped in the yard. The benches are made out of what looks like used popsicle sticks.
Which is so cool.
It is really
so cool. When I saw that, I was like, wow.
It's something that, when you... A lot of your childhood memories you'll see back there. So anyway, let's go back to the live feed. I'm just gonna say this one thing. So because I shoot straight with you guys, and I worry about everything. So and Clay knew this too because we talked about it, and he told me, "Girl, you gotta stop doing that," which he's right. So we had hundreds of awesome comments, and then somebody out there pointed out that I had gum in my mouth, and you know what? I didn't realize I still had my gum in my mouth when I started the live feed because I was so excited to show you guys. I had gum in my mouth, and about out of thousands, maybe 3 people called me on the gum.
Was Robert one of them?
No, it wasn't Robert.
No. See, I wouldn't have been surprised if it was Robert. I'm kind of disappointed Robert wasn't one of the people.
So, you know what? I felt like crap for hours over that stupid gum thing because, you know what? Like I said, super excited. I got a little carried away. I was talking to a couple of my other colleagues and they're like, so what, it's gum. And I'm like, but still. But anyway, that was a mistake and I'm sorry. But I was really excited to show you guys Toy Story Land and I wanted to bring you guys with me. And so thank you, Kathleen, for not saying anything about the gum.
And somebody asked me, she's going to tell the winner at the end of the show. We're going to hold you out there.
Yeah, we're gonna wait till we get to the merchandise. We're gonna talk first. So, and if you cannot stick around for the whole show, I will pin this video to the top of our page, so you can watch it back later, or you can watch it on
YouTube. But our show's about an hour, so probably later in the 7 o'clock hour we should be getting around that.
Yes. So if you're new,
stick around though.
Stick around. It's a fun show. You don't want to just come just to get free stuff.
No.
There's more to it than that. Okay, anyway, back to the gum. So anyway, total mistake on my part. But you know what? Hey, at least I was at Toy Story Land and I was having fun and I was trying to report to you guys. So what we do at the Main Street Mouse is we're human. We don't try to put on anything that we're not. So so things happen.
I'm trying to figure out if I can add this to our podcast.
But I really hope that you guys enjoyed the footage of walking in. Okay, and then I got this little sign that they made me a sign.
It's nice. I mean, it's not like just a piece of paper with her name or with information written on it. They actually printed that off, put the board together.
Yeah,
it's really
when
nice.
you go to the airport, somebody is looking for you. That's exactly what that was for. Except Clay already knew who I was because he followed what we do, so I didn't have the sign. But that man went everywhere to track down that sign.
He said, you need that souvenir.
He said, you need that souvenir, you need that sign.
And it's a good souvenir.
It's a great souvenir. Okay, so anyway, let's get back to the matter.
And not everybody got this.
No.
Not every media coverage had a sign.
No, they didn't.
Just add that there.
Okay. So when people are like, don't worry about the gum. Thank you. It was like I said, it was like 3 people that said something, but it bothered me and I felt horrible.
I'm going to chew gum in next week's live show.
So when people troll me and I read it, I feel bad. So I'm sorry about the gum. But the footage was great. And you know what?
They're probably not watching you now, though.
Probably not. Okay, I'm not sorry about the gum. You got
Move on. Move on.
Okay, anyway, moving along.
Let it go.
I'm letting it go.
Let it go.
Elsa, we're letting it go. But we're going back to Toy Story Land first. Okay, so, All right. So when we went back there, we had like the opportunities to like there was different stations for interviews, and I started going. I wanted to go right back by the alien swirling saucers, like in the back. And when it's quiet back there, like things talk. Like Buzz Lightyear talks. Here's a huge Buzz Lightyear and the opening of the alien swirling saucers. Yeah, and the queue lines for these rides are so awesome.
I want to go.
I know we're gonna go.
I got a shirt.
I did bring him a shirt. I know it's like almost one of those people like I'll bring you something.
I got a shirt.
I got a shirt.
She got to go. I got a shirt.
All right. So anyway, I took footage of the alien swirling saucers. I did like a point of view like ride. The people had asked me if the swirling saucers ride was problem for motion. It's really not a problem for motion. I actually have a hard time with motion sickness on a lot of rides, and I was totally fine. It's very smooth. Again, the queue lines are really, really cute. When I went back there, I was trying to take video. One of the cast members, there was like nobody back there. She's like, "Do you want to ride it?" Like, can I? Like, can I go on it? She's like, "Yeah." So, I mean, I thought there were certain times that they were gonna let us ride rides, but it's the first thing I did. And then after I took footage of that, we went over to Slinky Dog Dash, and I actually had a time scheduled later to ride it. But when I went back there, they were like, "Do you want to ride it now?" Yeah, I really did. And
no, I'm busy right
no,
now.
I'll come back.
I think I'll come back in 2 hours.
So anyway, the ride. Okay, people wanted to know. People had asked, is it like Goofy's Barnstormer in Magic Kingdom, or is it like the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train? No, not like either. It's actually better.
Than Seven Dwarfs?
I want to say yeah. I know, and I love Mine Train.
Oh, I just heard all the gasps.
No, I love Mine Train. I do. The seats though on Slinky Dog Dash are bigger than Mine Train. I know a lot of people feel that they get like kind of crushed on Mine Train.
My legs cramp up just getting
in there. I know. It's not like that on this new coaster. It's very comfortable seating. The bars fit nice. The ride itself is very smooth. And it's very fun, and it's not scary to where like a littler one would be afraid. It's just a lot of fun. They did such a good job. And then, I forgot that part too. Jesse and Rex actually talk up at the front of the ride too. Cool. And I didn't notice that until I was quiet at night and I was walking out, and I'm like, they talk too. So they've just done such a good job. Okay, so let's see. All right, so my day, they had a media center. It was in the building behind like where Rock and Roller Coaster is, like all the way there. So in the media center, they had spots to plug in your devices. They had merchandise. That's where some of those videos, if you guys watch the live feeds of the merchandise lady and then the one on the new Disney Parks app, that was in the media center, and which the air conditioning was nice because it was really hot. It was hot. So that's where all that information came from. The merchandise for Toy Story Land is really, really cute. And then they were talking about incorporating like the new app.
Yeah, Play Disney Parks app.
Yes, if you guys haven't checked that out,
it's really cool.
You really should. It's fun. It's a whole lot of fun.
And you got music for the different. I'll talk a little bit about it.
No, go ahead.
But it's just on there. What's great about it is they give you road trip music that you can play if you're driving to Disney. They give you from the parks. You can go into Magic Kingdom, go to Adventureland, and listen to the Tiki Room. You can't even just say Tiki Room. You can listen to music from that or any of the other attractions there. So it's a really cool app. So make sure you download it and check it out. And it's got a lot of interactive things you can do while you're in the park. Think of Pokemon Go and how you used to be able to play that. This is similar. You can play games in the park with your phone, your Bluetooth, and get your family involved and things. So it's a lot of fun. Check it out.
Yes, it is a really good app. Okay, so in and out all day with between the media center and the actual land. There was just a lot of interview opportunities and a lot of ways for me to come out of my comfort zone again. When it's just me covering an event without any backup, you kind of have no choice. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed the coverage. I did the best I could.
Seems like everybody's saying they enjoyed it.
Yeah, kind of like a one-woman show with Clay, because he really was helpful holding my stuff for me because I was, a frazzled mess. I'm like, I have to get, coverage of this. I have to make sure I get that. So, what they did for food, somebody had asked about food.
Yeah, a few people mentioned that.
Okay, so Woody's lunchbox in the back is their walk up, but that night when they had the travel agents come over, and again, it wasn't that big of a group of people. So they set up tables like actually in the land that had food and drinks and different things. So I will say the what was it? The grilled cheese with the tomato soup at Woody's Lunchbox. I was thinking like when you're a kid, the regular old grilled cheese and the soup. Oh no, it was so much better. It was like gourmet grilled cheese on like this really good bread, and the soup to dip it in was like so much better than regular tomato soup. They did such a good job.
So it's not Campbell's soup?
No, it wasn't.
Not that there's anything wrong with Campbell's soup.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't Campbell's soup. It was much better. And then there was some sort of a brisket thing. I don't remember what it was.
Tomorrow I will let you know.
But someone keeps asking about the tater tot nachos, the
I will let you know
tachos.
those also.
They did not have those out for us to try. That's why I didn't have it. But
We will be getting those tomorrow.
Well, we're gonna give it a try. The dessert they had though, they have those things. If you've seen them, I can't remember exactly what they're called, but they look like long Pop-Tarts. They have a raspberry one, and then they have one that's Nutella filled. So they gave us those, and like Clay and I were like, oh my gosh, you have to try this one. Okay, you try this one. We're like sharing. We had a great day. By the end of the day, we're sharing food, and we had a great time. So
you guys even had pudding, didn't you?
We did. We shared pudding, but I mean it was
not the same spoon.
No.
Terrifying.
They have a homemade like banana chocolate pudding. It's like banana pudding, like banana chunks with like chocolate in it, and they had these little wooden spoons. He's like, oh, you have to try this, so we got another spoon. It was just like something like your mom or your grandma would make at home.
Robert said they really missed the mark. They should have had a cowboy boot with the dirt pudding, and then gummy bears or gummy snakes in there.
That would have been a good idea, Robert. You need to tell somebody what.
And then what I see, Jared said he can't wait to try the s'mores French toast sandwich.
Oh, that looks so good too. The food that we did see and we did get to try, it's not like your typical park food. And I'm not saying anything bad about park food or walk-up food, but it's not chicken nuggets and the same fries that you get everywhere. It's so much better.
The park food always has a stereotype to it, really. It all kind of tastes the same thing.
Well, yeah, I don't want to say it like that, but
it's all. I mean, but it's not gourmet. Nice.
No, this is better. It's better than walk-up food. So. It's better than typical walk-up food. And then people were saying that the mobile order wasn't working.
Right.
But then it was like with anything else, you have to keep refreshing and stuff. And I guess yesterday we were talking to those people at Epcot. It does work if you keep at it.
The Boone family was good seeing you guys.
Yes, we ran into some Main Streeters yesterday.
Yeah, somebody on here had mentioned that the mobile ordering is the way to go. They were able to. I'm guessing they were able to use it and it worked fine. So
yeah, and so opening for me, it was such an opportunity to be able to go and get video and pictures and see, just like with Pandora last year, to be able to see Toy Story Land and be able to enjoy it and get the coverage without a billion people back there. Because when is that going to happen again? I mean, I don't know.
When Star Wars Land opens?
Sorry. Did you hear that? It'll happen again when Star Wars opens. So that... Good one. That's a good one.
Sometimes I'm witty.
Sometimes he's got it, right?
Not often, but it does happen.
But there's even if you look at the ground, there's it's supposed to be Andy's footprint. And there's a big old shoe print. I think I might have put that on our Instagram. But and if it's super crowded back there, you wouldn't see it. I mean, there's so much attention to detail back in Toy Story Land. And before I finished Toy Story Mania, we were talking before that the entrance of Toy Story Mania has moved.
Right.
I put video on our YouTube channel. I believe I put it out this morning or last night. There's a new queue line. And then what they did was you go in through the back, there's a whole new area that they built, but then once you go inside, it's almost like the old and the new kind of merged together.
Oh, cool.
So they use some of the same props and such. Mr. Potato Head is back. People were saying that, he doesn't sing or whatever. When I didn't have, he wasn't singing on my video, but we were doing the preview, but he's supposed to be
right,
like before. So I I actually did go on it. I told Clay he had to ride it with me, so we did go on Toy Story Mania. So I don't want to see if just
see if anything changed.
Anything
Yeah.
changed? No, it didn't. I still can't figure out though how
to
they
beat me.
Really?
I'm teasing you. Actually, you win most of the time.
That's not true.
I win as Space Ranger.
Okay, anyway, that's not what I was gonna say. No, what I was gonna say is I can't figure out how, like, I'm so used to the old way to get into the ride, and now you go in from the back, and like Pixar Place is gonna be closed off, so you're not gonna use those entrances anymore. Mm-hmm. So I'm really not sure when you get in. Oh, who won? Clay won. Michelle, I did not win. I can't win at that game very well. Anyway, so but they've merged it together, and I haven't quite figured out how. I don't know how they did that because it doesn't look the same.
Well, that's actually the Fast Pass we have for tomorrow, so I'll be able to check it out.
Yeah. Okay. So that has changed, but it seems like they have more of an indoor wait to wear for air conditioning. So I think that was a good thing.
Thank goodness.
So I was out there on Thursday for a total of 14 hours. In the sun, back and forth, and it was hot. Clay made sure I drank my water. He was wonderful. I came home with a bunch of, you're like, why do you have all these bottles of water?
She had like 5 bottles with about 3 or 4 drinks left in each one.
Because he kept saying you need to drink water.
You know what's funny though? You mentioned about how you won't see some of the things if the park's full, like Woody's footprint and things like that. What I think is cool about
Andy's.
that, or Andy, I'm sorry, what is it, Woody's? No,
Mm-hmm.
Andy's footprint. What I think is cool about that though is right now the hype is up and everybody's going to Toy Story Land and it's going to be packed, but eventually it's going to slow down. Just like anything, just like when Star Wars Land opens, some of that, right now Pandora is probably drawing a little bit away from it because of Toy Story Land. And I think what's great is things like that is something that people may not realize is there now, but a year from now when they go back there and be like, hey, I never saw this, is this new? And that's sort of the Disney magic that just continues. And there's still things we see when we go to the park that we didn't see last time we were there, or a year ago, or 3 years ago even. So I just think that's really cool that Disney thinks about stuff like that, so that 3 years down the road, somebody's gonna walk through and go, oh wow, it's Andy's footprint, how cool, why did I not see that before? Well, so it was crowded, that's why you couldn't see it.
Because it was crowded.
But now you can see it, and I just think it's a really cool thing that they do that you may not even think about now, because the hype is so much just to get in the land. You're not seeing everything.
It is. And again, the attention to detail back there is fantastic. I'm so glad that I got to see it beforehand. I'm not saying that in a bad way.
I know, I just can't wait to see it. That's all.
I think it's wonderful that they invite us to these things.
No, I think it is too. I just can't wait to see it. I'm excited.
All right, we'll see it. Okay, so
we're going tomorrow. We're leaving here at 6 a.m. I'm camping in the parking lot. They open, I'm in.
Okay, so anyway, so after 14 hours of work, and then
she was exhausted.
I was exhausted, but I will honestly say it's really the dream job. I don't care if I was there for 24 hours covering. You get this little bit of an adrenaline rush because I'm here among all these different outlets and such. So thank you, Disney, for inviting me to come and do these things, because it's
well, it was so cool because I dropped her off so she could get closer in without having to park and all that. And she originally said, well, maybe I'll call you in the mid-afternoon to come pick me up so I can come home, rest a little bit, change, whatever she wanted to do, just to get out of the heat for a little bit before the nighttime activities. So I texted her like 1 o'clock, go, okay, what time do you want me to pick you up? She's like, you're not, I'm just sticking it out, pick me up about 9:30. So I mean, that's basically what it was, because she had so much on her slate to do that she wanted to do while she was there that there was just no time. And she stayed there through the whole thing. And I was proud that she did that. I was proud of her that she did do that she took it seriously, that these people are waiting for me to tell them what they want to hear. And she did not, no matter how hot or tired or anything, she just kept going. And it's because of you guys. You guys keep her going. You guys give her the energy, even when she's tired and the heat is getting to her and she needs to, you guys keep pushing her. So thank you for that. Thank you for giving her that. And I was extremely proud that she made it through the whole day and she came home and she was still, this and that, and tell me all about it. And then all of a sudden she just like crashed. I mean, it was like you see the kid running around and they just dropped. That's what she was doing. She was just running around, and then she just dropped and she crashed until the next morning. But she did a fantastic job, and thank you guys for all the feedback. It's been awesome. So
Thank you for that. Thank you. I really, really try. Because like I said, it was a rush being able to do these live feeds and be like, did you guys see this? This is so cool. Because when I like company and I like people to be with me. So since it was just Clay and I,
her new best friend,
my new bestie Clay, I wanted, and I told him, I said, this is how I do things. I am all inclusive. Like, I want my people to be there with me. So I'm going to go live as much as I can. I'm going to post as much as I can. And so having you guys there with me, to watch was so awesome. And it was exhausting, but I wouldn't have had it any other way. It was just awesome. It was so great. I keep saying awesome.
But the other thing I thought that was cool is that even though you were there for a media preview and things like that, there was, even when the travel agents came, people were like, Michelle, and taking a picture with her, and like Joe Kelly when he's like, can put you on the radio.
So Radio Joe that we do, that I've actually been on his show a few times to talk Disney and entertainment news, like local stuff. I saw him walk by, and I went to say hi, and he whips the camera around, turns it on, and like impromptu, like, Michelle Atwood from the Mainstream Mouse, what do you think about Toy Story Land? Boom. Now, mind you, I'm a hot mess, I'm tired, I'm sunburned. I probably needed water. I mean, even though I had like 8 bottles in my bag.
I know, it's like, could just grab one.
But one of those things, like for a lot of these media things, you guys, you have to think on your toes. Like every time I've been on the radio, every time we've done these impromptu interviews, they just like, so, what do you think? And nobody tells you. Nobody says anything ahead of time. Like, we're going to talk about A, B, and C. They
don't let you think about it.
No.
They just they want your true feeling about how you like it. And if you don't like it, you're in trouble. Because then they're gonna know on your face or your expression or what you say.
And I'm horrible at lying. So it's worked out in my favor so far. But then was it later that day? He's like, hey, you're on 96.5's Facebook page.
Yeah.
He put that little bit of me on the radio station. So it's 96.5 WDBO. There's a little clip of
yeah, he did like a minute and a half of just his composition of the video for the day, and Michelle's little scene is there, and she's got her sign.
It
was very cool.
But then right after that, speaking of, okay, I'm going to get back to the next day, but if you're new to our show, please know that we take these different detours and conversation, but then we usually bring it back.
Eventually,
we'll bring it back. Okay, so I just want
unless it's food, then we're done.
Okay, but we
see, I just deterred you by saying food.
Okay, so thinking on your feet. Okay, so one of the interview areas that our people wanted me to cover was to talk to this man Nathaniel, who was an ambassador, who was one of the higher ups that did Toy Story Land. So they had this setup. It's just like TV, you guys. It's just like TV. Like you go.
This isn't.
And there's like a producer guy that's standing there like in a Hawaiian shirt and a baseball cap and a clipboard. Okay, and just like you'd think. All right, total stereotypical. That's what you really is what you see. So. And then there's a makeup artist there with a poof poof for your face. And then there's like the cameras and the boom lights and all these things. And here I am, they're like, okay, we want you to go talk to Nathaniel. And I said, I went over there and I told the producer guy, I said, all right, how about this? I'm a hot, sweaty mess. I'm gonna talk to Nathaniel from behind the camera and let him talk. And he was like, no, I think you can do it. I think he's like, you're just cute as can be. You just get out there with him and we're just gonna wing it. Do you know how scared I was? I mean, this is Disney's cameras. I'm like, but
real microphones,
the whole business. So I said, I don't think I'm not sure if I really can do that. Before I knew it, there was a lady doing poof poof on my face with the makeup, and I'm like, all right. And she took off my glasses, was fixing powder. I got a microphone in my hand and basically shoved in front of this big camera with this man. And I was just like, okay. And he's like, ready, 3, 2, 1, go. Just like, remember Wayne's World? That's what it reminds me of. Yeah, okay. You people that are younger and don't remember Wayne's World.
I have no idea what we're talking about.
Sorry.
That's like the 3rd reference to Wayne's World in last week.
I know, I'm totally dating myself. Oh, because of my badge, backstage pass. Okay, never mind. Okay, so I put that video on our YouTube channel and I put it in our private group. I didn't put it on the main wall because I was a little bit leery of how it came out because of the fact that, I'm always trying to get out of my comfort zone, but there's sometimes that you don't walk out of your comfort zone. You kind of get drop kicked out of it. Like somebody just kicks you in the butt and boom.
But the video's on YouTube.
Yeah, but everybody else was watching the other videos,
Okay.
like, so I'm not worried about that. But anyway, what I'm saying is
Okay,
that
we'll find
here's my lesson for that. Even if you think that it's frightening and you can't do something, sometimes you have no choice, and you just do your best anyway, and that's what I do. So, what are you laughing at?
Oh, nothing. They're just making fun of Poof.
Oh, the poof, the face poof. You know what I mean,
They're doing
right?
Adam Sandler Poof Poof from 50 First Dates.
You
And Robert and Jerry.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Face powder. And not like going to Sephora, you know, where they... And Nathaniel had face powder, too. They were poofing him, too.
I don't know why you keep poofing me.
It's like I'm showing an example of what I meant, right?
We're gonna party on Wayne, party on Guard.
Yeah. Okay, anyway, sorry. So, anyway, Thursday, 14 hours of fun. It was a great day.
Dead man's poof.
What?
Why are so cute being dead man's poof?
Okay, so, anyway.
Stop the giggles now, because it could turn really bad.
It could go real bad.
Stop, right back to Toy Story.
Okay. All right, anyway.
There you go.
All right, anyway, go. All right, so the next morning, I had to be up early because the opening ceremony was going to happen, and I had my little badge, and that we were going to get to go and cover it. Now, mind you, Disney Parks blog was covering it as well. But if I'm going to be on this scene and I'm going to be sweating my butt off in the heat and whatever, I'm covering it too. So I did do a live feed of the ceremony. Now, we were not told. Everybody thinks that we know ahead of time. We don't. We did not know that Tim Allen was going to be there. There was rumblings of somebody. John Ratzenberger was there the day before. So I assume, being that John Ratzenberger is in every Pixar movie at some point, that he would be on the stage. So
makes sense.
It does. So when we were out there covering, Tim Allen was a surprise for us too. So that was very, very cool to see.
Michigan's own Tim Allen.
Michigan's own Tim Allen. And, you know, my kids were like, when I got home, I wanted to talk to all the kids. I'm like, oh my gosh, did you see Tim Allen? And my kids are like, did you yell Pure Michigan? Because Tim Allen does the Pure Michigan
Which they
commercials.
play down here. Which
They
is
do.
really weird.
That's weird because they
In
play
Michigan, that's all they play
the
too.
Pure Michigan
They're trying to sell to the people that
commercials
live in Michigan.
Tim Allen, that's Tim Allen's voice on those commercials. So yeah, Michigan's own Tim Allen.
To infinity in Michigan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Exactly. So anyway, they couldn't. I had people, probably the same people who didn't like the gum, were mad because there was Disney's boom camera and lighting in front of where I was standing. Now, mind you, Disney's camera comes before mine. I mean, I can't say, hey, move that pole because my people can't see. So as it would move up, and I would crouch down underneath it, you know, and then it would go down, and I would stretch up higher because I was trying to get you guys as good of a view as I could.
That's where my height would have been.
Yeah, and then I'm like trying to spread out the zoom, especially when Tim Allen came out. So I did the best I could, but again, Disney's camera, my camera, they win. But I did my best. So that footage is on our YouTube channel too. But the good part was when it was over, you know, it's so funny, these ceremonies, when they're over, everyone's just like, oh, okay, we're done. And everybody starts to just kind of, you know, go their separate ways. So I was supposed to go beat Clay in the back because he was waiting for me, and I look over and Tim Allen comes back on stage to take promo photos with with Buzz, and they had the characters out there, and so I hung back, and that's how I got those pictures and video, you guys. So I actually got video of Tim Allen like doing bunny ears to Buzz Lightyear. It was like
being goofy, and
it was the best. It was the best to see Tim Allen with Buzz Lightyear, and you know, to be there to get that video, to get those pictures. Right. So you know what? It was totally great. What do you? I'm not even gonna read.
Carolyn said, "OMG! I about fell off the couch. Disney's camera comes before mine. I can't say, hey, can you move that pole from my?"
Excuse me. Can you move?
Hey, that's in my way. Cut.
Main Street Mouse here.
Cut. Start over.
I'm sorry.
Cameraman, move that
pole.
That's an ABC reference also.
It is. I used to like that show. Okay, anyway. So, that's how I got those pictures of Tim with Buzz Lightyear. I hung back and took them. And then all of a sudden they kind of like shuffle everybody off the stage. And then speaking of shuffling people away, so Clay was like, you need to get on a bus to Coronado Springs. So he was like thank God for him, because he had me on schedule with water and
I know what it's like to be Clay. It's keeping you on schedule sometimes. We gotta go here.
You don't bring me water or hold my bags.
I hold your bags.
Here, next time I go to the park, I'm gonna be like, here, hold this for me.
And I'm gonna say, you told Clay he didn't have to.
Okay, anyway, so the whole point was that he was like, chop chop, we need to get you onto a bus, an air-conditioned bus, mind you, that was going over to Coronado Springs. Now, why was I going to Coronado Springs, you may ask? Because there was another event that was, they were going to tell us about, like, future things that are coming for the parks. Most of it I sort of knew.
And it started raining about that same time you guys left.
It did. Like the sky opened up after the ceremony was over.
Like Disney had the dome closed, and then the ceremony they opened the dome and the rain came in.
Yeah, once Tim Allen was ushered to safety, so he doesn't get all get soaked.
Now you know why Buzz Lightyear can't talk, because Tim was next to him. Couldn't do the voice if he's standing right there.
Okay. Anyway, all right. So Coronado Springs. There was a presentation over there. And what we talked about there was the new app, which I had already told you guys about, because we did a live feed with one of the Imagineers that actually built the app, because we're good like that. So we already knew all that. Yay us. Yay us. Okay, and my people were already informed, but it was nice and cool in there, and they gave us smoothies. So, so then they talked about there's a new Cars attraction coming next year. Now it is called Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy. Now they didn't say what that means. They said a new attraction featuring Lightning McQueen at Hollywood Studios, but they didn't say what the attraction is. So I can't tell you what it is.
We put out the blog that came out right after.
Right after.
Because she actually told me, she goes, there's a blog gonna hit in 2 minutes, push it out. So
yeah, I'm like, here it comes, because I just saw it live. I'm like, it's coming, so just go ahead. Okay, and then we got to see some concept art, new concept art for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, which is going where the Great Movie Ride was. That building,
the Chinese theater building.
So from the artist rendering of this new ride, it looks like it's gonna be really similar to how they did the Great Movie Ride. It almost looks like the same cart and everything. It's like a big vehicle type of thing, how they had in the Great Movie Ride, with different scenes and such on each side. But I'm sure it's gonna be
Maelstrom. They just used everything. They just flipped it to
That's
Frozen,
a really good point.
We'll just go in reverse.
Right. If you.
Parts of Maelstrom, you're going, never mind.
Are we going backwards on it? We don't know if we're going backwards on it, right?
No, it doesn't matter. Go.
Okay, anyway, so it looks like it's going to be pretty similar to how Great Movie Ride was done, but I'm sure it's going to be way more high-tech and fun. But they haven't put out a whole lot of information for that ride yet. But the artist rendering was kind of cool. We do have a blog on our site. If you go and take a peek, it is there.
From Friday.
Friday. That's really all. And they talked about Galaxy's Edge. Now, a lot of people were, talking about, Toy Story Land has been a great addition, and it's packed back there. The next morning, it was a 3-hour wait just to get into the land, unless you had a fast pass for, even if it was Toy Story Mania, you didn't have to wait the 3 hours to get in. So people were making comparison. If it's this bad for Toy Story Land, what's it going to be like when Galaxy's Edge open? And Robert, who's on my staff, put out a picture of the Welcome to Florida sign, and he put underneath it the line for Galaxy's Edge starts here.
Actually, I've heard it's starting in Atlanta and going south. So
if this much if there was this much traffic and this much hype for Toy Story Land, I just think that it's going to be even more so for Galaxy's Edge. Now, I love Toy Story Land. I think it's wonderful. I really think it's something that you guys need to see. Both rides are well done. The food is really good. The merchandise is really good. Excellent job, Disney. I mean, they did such a good job, and I cannot wait to take my sons back there to show them. They had to kind of live vicariously through me And you did too. But
I
we're
know.
going to
We're going
go
tomorrow.
see it.
We're going tomorrow. We're leaving at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
I'll be in the parking lot.
No, we're not.
6 a.m.
So that is basically my scoop from the media event. And I hope that you found all this informational and fun, because it really was fun to be able to share all this with you. And again, thank you, Clay, for being so good to me, and thank you, Disney, for being excellent to us too. So thank you.
So
All right,
you got this fun box when you came home.
let's talk merchandise, shall we?
Look at this.
This is what I got from
Toy Story
Disney
box. Really cool.
from the
I just
media
want to see if
event.
it showed up on the camera the way
Did it
opened
show?
I'm checking. It's a little bit behind it, and the other stuff that's on the table. But it was very cool. Yeah, I think we're good.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody can see
It's
it.
a very cool. She texted me and said, I had this big box of stuff that I'm bringing home, and I didn't.
Oh yeah, you can see it. You can see it. Okay. So some of the stuff that they gave me is actually things that you can purchase at Toy Story Land. So I thought that we would take a look.
So these are the.
These are the ears I'm giving away.
Which we'll announce soon.
In just a minute.
Just a
We
minute.
will talk about that. See, I'm holding you hostage.
I think
You have
this
to.
was one.
Okay, so these are some fun things that you can buy back in Toy Story Land.
Wish they already had something like
They
that.
had something like this already. You have the alien necklaces that I don't know if you can see it. So it's not. It's too.
It's too bright.
It's too bright in here, but they glow. I don't know if you can see that they actually glow. So these are fun. Ooh. All right,
I was trying to get like the aliens. You've been chosen.
Okay, I'm gonna put these on for now. And then there's these little carts, and this is actually what the alien swirling saucer ride looks like when you ride it. You sit back here, and this guy like swings.
How's he do it? I just want to see it.
This is the ride.
I want to show Robert this one.
Okay, so you can show that one.
Robert, look at what they gave her. Metallic Army Man. This was the box lunch exclusive, and it's got the little sticker Toy Story Land Grand Opening 2018.
Yeah, that's a really nice
awesome.
gift.
So excited that she got this. So actually that I got this.
Yeah, he took it from me. All right, and then this. Now, mind you, these things are for purchase at Toy Story Land. They have. It's a little launching vehicle, and it's the Slinky Dog Dash. And like what you do is you pull Slinky back and let him go. This is really cute. So you can buy this back at the carts back there too.
Chrissy Diebold,
Yes.
Joe's wife,
Yes.
wants to know what's on your head. She just said, I just tuned in, what's on your head?
Oh, it's a Slinky Dog. It's a Slinky Dog on my head.
Doesn't everybody have one?
Doesn't everybody have a dog on your head?
No, I think it's pretty-
All right, so then there's that, and I got some really cute alien socks. They have this shirt that he's wearing is the limited edition shirt. This one is only while supplies last, and it's probably going to be just through the summer.
And there was what, limit of 5 if you were going to buy them. I thought.
Something like that. They have limits
very
on certain
limited.
things, like those popcorn buckets. Everybody was in an uproar over the popcorn buckets. There's like a limit of 2.
2.
Right?
Which I'm
believe
hoping
so.
we can snag one tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm hoping, but they like run out. So yeah, but aren't these socks great?
Those are
and
so cool.
and they match my blinky necklace.
They would match the leggings you had on.
I got alien leggings on too.
Perfectly.
Okay. Oh shoot! I
knew
knew
it.
that was gonna happen.
Sorry, we were waiting on a
Amazon.
delivery from Amazon, and we knew Jack would bark, so Andrew's gonna take care of him.
Sorry.
Sorry about that.
This
I knew
is what
it.
happens when you go live. It's just a hot mess every week. Something
No.
happens every
Oh,
week.
well.
All right.
Well,
Anyway.
Continue.
Sorry. Okay, now these are the hot ticket item at Disney parks.
And it's huge.
It's a Buzz Lightyear bubble blower. They have, oh sorry, my dog's going nuts. They have these back there, and I did see them other places as well.
So my Epcot.
Buzz Lightyear bubble blower, and it says the arms and chest light up, and the bubbles come out the top of his head. And it says Andy on his foot. Isn't that cute?
So cool.
That's pretty cute. Okay, and I think that.
I think that was it. Yeah, in the box. I mean,
Oh shoot! I have to grab that. Okay, so
drop it.
before we continue with one more piece of merchandise, let's talk prizes, because I know that's why some of you are waiting to see. Okay, so we had an overwhelming response on Instagram and Facebook for the Slinky Dog ears. So what we're gonna do is I only have one of these to give away. but I'm going to private message some of you to give out some additional prizes because there was just too many. There were so many. So we kind of just did like a random pick. If somebody followed us on Instagram, did all the tagging, followed us on, you know, all the media that we asked. So the person's handle that wins, Alyssa Heights. It's
Alyssa, you
Heitz. Alyssa Heights, and she followed us on Instagram, and she tagged a whole bunch of friends. So congratulations, Alyssa.
Send Michelle a message with your address, and we will get it shipped out to you this week.
And for other people, please don't feel sad if you don't win a prize like this week, because
I think we're gonna have to do something every week.
We're gonna try to give you guys something weekly, like for tuning in, for following our social media. We're gonna go get more goodies for you guys, but I just thought this week with the opening of Toy Story Land, it would be appropriate, being that Disney gave me this one and I bought this one. Instead of keeping them both, I'd give one away. So thank you so much for everybody who entered.
Yes.
And we are going to send out some other prizes as well. So please check your inboxes later today or tomorrow morning.
Robert said you mispronounced Carolyn's name. It's not Alyssa.
Okay. All right. So here, wait. Let me get these aliens off real quick because I gotta show you guys something.
I'm getting distracted.
I know. I'm sorry.
Good. And then she also got this. Was in one of her goodie bags, the Toy Story Land mug.
Yes.
I don't know. Is those available for purchase?
They might be. There are there's mugs like summer. I had a picture of one. It's like summer 2018 type of mugs. Okay, so people had asked. We had talked about shoes. So here's your funny mention. So you people that wanted to know about the shoes, here you go. So, and for those who are new and missed the shoe talk, a couple weeks ago I was asked to do a brand rep on Instagram for some shoes. Now these are some high-end shoes that are out of West Hollywood, California. I had agreed to it without even thinking about it. Now, and they're beautiful shoes, don't get me wrong. But
and they're the kind of things you would see on a red carpet at an award show or a movie premiere. I mean, that's how good.
They're not something that you wear to the park. Let's just say that. Well, no, Robert, I'm not walking in them. I'm going to talk about them. So when I got my shoes to rep in the mail, it was a little bit funny because I have a bad knee.
She blew out her knee years ago.
Years ago, I had reconstructive surgery on my knee. So these were not going to be super easy, but you ready? For those who didn't see it on Instagram, here you go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Boom.
Look at how big those things are.
Those are some shoes. Now, these shoes are by Ruthie Davis. They are probably the most fancy shoes I have ever owned in my entire life. They're
really nice. The leather.
They're beautiful, beautiful shoes.
And the detail in the face of the character.
Yeah, these are very beautiful shoes, leather. They have Snow White on one and the Evil Queen on the other.
Jared, I wear a size 14. There is no way on earth I'm getting my foot in there. But nice try.
Yes. So the nice people over at Ruthie Davis in California sent me these lovely shoes. I don't know where I will wear them to.
If they ever do a live action version of Snow White and we get invited.
And I understand that there are other shoes as well in her collection. Most of them are high, but she does have like a Snow White like platform sneaker type of shoes, which I probably should have gotten those instead. But you know what?
These are just awesome.
They're awesome shoes. So big thank you to Ruthie Davis, and you can find all of her shoes on at Ruthie Davis on Instagram. And they're very high end. There's a lot of celebrities that wear her shoes. So the fact that they asked me to rep a pair of shoes, awesome. I don't know.
And now they're not going to ask you again.
I don't mean that in a bad way. It was just kind of like, okay, this is kind of cool.
Michelle Perkins wants to know if they have a flip flop.
Yeah, I know, right? They totally need a flip flop. But these are not your everyday shoes. These are special occasion shoes.
I'm volunteering that Joe is going to wear those at the meetup.
Oh yes.
So
Joe, I don't know what size you wear, but maybe we can fit you.
We'll squeeze him in.
Because we need to have a party the night before the meetup, and if we do, I think these would be perfect for the occasion.
He'd be pretty tall, but it'd be cool.
So yeah, there's actually more pictures of those shoes on our Instagram at the Main Street Mouse.
And aren't they coming out as a Mulan line?
I think the next line they're coming out with might be Mulan. But
if they do Rapunzel, then she's gonna.
It's on.
Purchase
It is
all
on.
of them.
Actually, I talked to the PR firm today, and they said good job with the repping, and they would like to work with me again in the future. So, awesome. So we'll take it. Thank you, Ruthie Davis. Okay.
Joe needs a 10.5. You don't need your toes. Cut them off. We can squeeze you.
You know, fashion before comfort. You squeeze your foot in the shoe, and then we'll worry about the rest later.
It was funny because when we were at the parade taping for the Christmas parade a couple years ago, Robin Roberts was running around, and when she'd go live, she'd have on her dress shoes.
Yeah, she had heels.
And then as soon as the cameras went off, she put on Mickey slippers that she would walk around the streets in, and then when they go live, she put her. So,
and they were the big, like the Mickey slippers that look like Mickey's shoes, like the big yellow ones. That's what she was wearing with her red sequin outfit.
It was so cool watching her walk down the Main Street USA wearing Mickey's shoes and her dress
It was
outfit.
quite interesting.
Nice.
You see all kinds of
Very
stuff
cool.
with this job. But
look, Jarrett's only a size 9. We might be able to squeeze him into those.
Oh, Jarrett. Oh.
We'll
they're
work on
leather, and you know what? They have a nice little zipper for comfort. So maybe we could get you, Jarrett.
We'll get some good tape and we'll just tape their foot really tight.
But seriously, all joking aside, I mean, even though I don't want the men on my staff to wear them, they're beautiful shoes.
They are. They're really
They even smell top quality. I mean, they're just really.
It's really good leather. I mean, they're
really good
nice.
shoes.
Really
I
nice.
mean, it is absolutely super exciting that I even have them.
Michelle Perkins says she's a size 7.
Oh, okay. Actually, they were saying with these shoes, because of the heel and such, they do run a little bit small. So.
And she was 6 foot tall when she put these on.
I put these on. I'm roughly 5'9". I know a lot of people don't realize I'm that tall. Whereas my kids say tall for a girl.
But you were over 6.
When I put these shoes on, I was taller than my son Andrew, and Andrew is roughly 6 feet tall, so I was taller than him. And I was almost as tall as you. And when I put on the shoes, Andrew's like, I don't like that. He's like, take those off. So, but yeah, you know what? It's just another opportunity, and it's a lot of fun. So
it's awesome.
Yeah. It's fun to get products and stuff.
We
and
love
check
those
them
opportunities.
out.
Actually, I'm going to be doing a review soon for the Smooth. If you've never seen it, it's a camera stabilizer that keeps your iPhone. They sent me one to try out, so we're going to try that in the parks on some different rides and things to see how good the quality of the video is, and then I'll be loading those to YouTube and doing a full review, so that's coming as well. So
Yes, and my area here is, like I said, I'm getting all kinds of trinkets from all you lovely
we're going to
people.
have to move to a new area.
I know. This week's trinket, okay, there's Robert's.
Oh, that's right. I
This
forgot about
was
your new
Paula's. That one was Troy. That one is Denise. Okay, so my newest little trinket came to me this week. This is my Rapunzel, and this is from Cheryl.
And she is on. I saw her.
Cheryl, I love this. Thank you so much. For anybody who knows me and who's read my book and all that happy stuff, like Rapunzel is my spirit princess. So thank you so much, Cheryl. I love it. I will cherish it. And I have it by my Rapunzel
Move it a
sign.
little bit so you don't pull your cord and flip it out there. So
Yeah, so we're getting quite a collection.
I say we should probably get moving on though here.
Oh shoot,
So
it's
is
getting
that-
late.
yeah.
I knew the show was gonna run over because I had so much to talk about. So I'm gonna take it over to.
The only thing I was going to talk about yesterday, we actually went to Via Napoli. Napoli. I never say that.
Well,
right.
people
Via
say
Napoli.
it two different ways. There's Via Napoli and Via Napoli. It's
Via
actually
Napoli.
Via Napoli.
Via Napoli in Italy at Epcot yesterday. We went over there. Been wanting to go. We went there in 2011, I think is what you said. So it's been 7 years since we were there.
Yeah.
So we went back yesterday. It was awesome. We got just the regular pizza, and it's probably
Big.
2.5, 3 foot long pizza.
I put out a blog today that has photos. If you missed it, it's there.
Very good. We talked to, actually the manager came over when we were done. He didn't know who we were, weren't there for me. He was just walking around asking everybody how their meals were. And we ended up talking to him, and he informed us that everything in that restaurant is shipped from Naples. So their water, their sauce, their tomato, everything that they use is shipped from Naples, which is why it tastes so much better than anything else you'll get in Florida. Because nobody can make good pizza down here. And it's phenomenal. We also had the salad, which was really good.
And the garlic bread.
Garlic bread was good. Michelle had a glass of sangria, which I assumed you liked.
It It was very good.
Very good.
I had the red sangria and it had like fruit cut up in it. It was really good.
So she had that. He also talked to us a little bit afterwards that they've expanded their kitchen, that there's a new menu getting ready to come out pretty soon. That it's going to have a whole gluten-free section in the menu.
Yeah, if you have food allergies, they're coming out with like the regular menu. Like right now, I'm not trying to take over.
Taking over my phone.
I'm taking it over. Okay, so because somebody asked me a question today. Somebody had asked about that the last time they were there, the menu seemed a lot smaller, and some of their favorites were not on the menu. There's reason for that, because why they were revamping, they made the kitchen bigger. They're adding a new room, and they're coming out with a new menu. So the menu is going to be the full menu starting tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow. They're waiting for the kitchen to be approved for the final things, and then once that's done, they're going to roll out everything. So hopefully tomorrow.
And a gluten-free menu. He said that they were having a lot of complaints, like with pizza and pizza dough, that they wanted gluten-free.
Right.
So they got a gluten-free menu coming.
And then she also mentioned they're adding on a section in the very back of the restaurant. They used to have a patio area that seated about 50, but the problem was it's so hot in Florida. Who wants to sit on the patio and eat hot food in the heat? So what they've done is they've closed their patio and they've opened up, which sat 50, but now they've opened up an area in the back that's going to seat 100 people. So they've actually added seating for another 50 people in the restaurant than what they had.
In the air conditioning.
In the air conditioning. So what their hope is that people will give them a try now, because you may not have to wait that half an hour to get in or 45 minutes to get in, and then you spend time eating your meal. Because they recognize that if you're on vacation, you don't want to spend 2 hours at your meal. You want to eat and get out and get back to the park.
Yes, and that is another reason that they expanded their kitchen. Because per John, the manager, he said that a lot of the I don't want to say complaints, because I don't think it's a complaint. Concern. Let's go with concern.
Concern's a better word.
If you are going to make a reservation to eat at MVia Napoli, and you spend all this money to go on vacation, like us as locals, we can sit for and wait for our food. We don't care.
Yeah.
But if you're on vacation, and you know as well as I do, when you are vacationing at Walt Disney World, you have a schedule. You have your fast passes. You have, we're gonna go. You have a whole chart of what you.
We're gonna shop from 3 to 4. We're going to the bathroom from 4 to 4:15.
Yes. Yes.
It's very.
Yeah. So he said that for pizza is their biggest thing that gets ordered.
Yes.
And pizza takes at least 20 minutes to get, sometimes longer. So they made the kitchen bigger so that they could accommodate and get guests in and out faster. So vacationers aren't waiting an hour for their food, or the whole.
And the whole kitchen is exposed to the guests. So he said sometimes they have to make things in a back room. Now it's all right there in front. So you actually see every meal being prepared wherever you're sitting from. As long as you can see where the ovens are and such, you can actually watch the meals prepared. So they're doing everything in the front now. And he said it's going to hopefully get everything through faster for the guests.
Yeah, so it should be a quicker experience next time you go. Again, new menu, bigger seating area, and a bigger
gluten-free menu.
Gluten-free.
He said a whole page in the menu will be gluten-free, which is awesome for anybody with allergies. That's awesome.
If you like it, you're gonna be all set. And then what was I gonna? Was there something else?
Question or any questions? Do we have any questions?
Any questions? There was one. Hold on.
Have you said who won? Yes, we did announce who won. It was
Alyssa Heights is
Alyssa
our winner.
Heights. So
hold on.
Michelle's gonna check and see if she has any questions. But
There was
a
question. I think I covered most of it, but I think there was one outstanding question, and I know what the question is. I just want to make sure I have the right person. Okay, Judy. Yes, Judy wants to know. She couldn't really tell, but are there any covered areas in Toy Story Land for eating and such? All right, so that is one comment that I've heard from people who've been back there just the past couple of days. There is not a lot of shade back there. They have tables with umbrellas, like outside. There's a couple different areas that have like little tables with umbrellas. But as far as like a big shaded covered area, not so much. The queue lines are big and they're covered. There's fans in the queue lines, but as far as any big seating shaded areas, no. But there are tables with umbrellas, if that answers.
So there's some covered areas in there. Because I can understand once you get back there, you don't want to leave because you might not.
No, and then for the people that were there, for when I don't know if there's still a wait to get in the land, but let's say for opening day, like open to the public on Saturday, if you left the land, you couldn't get back in. so that there was people that once they got in, they didn't want to leave to go out to get something to drink or go do something else in the park because then you'd have to stand in that 3-hour line.
And if you want to see it after dark.
Yes. Yeah, and you know, Toy Story Land's another thing. Toy Story Land at night is such a different experience than in the daytime. And for some reason, it's the same ride, but I rode Slinky Dog 4 times, I think, on Saturday. And the most fun I had was riding it at night. If you've seen the pictures and such that I posted, there's like big Christmas lights like strung throughout like the whole area. Right. Slinky Dog is just more fun at night for some reason. Okay. I don't know why. The place lights up once it gets dark. It's beautiful. So I recommend if you're gonna go, and let's say you're gonna leave and go do Tower or do something else, please go back to Toy Story Land at night and check it out because it's really cute.
I think we're gonna do the wait tomorrow night.
The who?
The wait for
Slinky?
Dog. Yeah.
It's so good.
I think we're gonna have to, because it's gonna be a while before we can get a fast pass.
Yeah,
So
we'll never get a fast
pass. Bite the bullet, and that way we can go through the queue also and check the whole queue out.
It's really, really cute. And then I see somebody had asked about meetup.
Yep, they have more details about the meetup weekend.
Okay, so again, meetup weekend is December 7th and 8th. We will have, once it gets closer, we will have an actual itinerary. Meetup day is going to be at Epcot because they do holidays around the world at Christmas time, and it's so much fun. And it's extra food, extra drink, extra decorations, merchandise, the whole thing. And we've done Magic Kingdom the past few years, so we thought it would be a good idea to try something else.
And with the Christmas stuff, and there's going to be every country has their different story of the Christmas and things like that. So I'm going to see if we can get Santa Claus in America to take a picture with our group.
Oh my gosh, that would be so
Wouldn't that be cool in America if we could get Santa Claus to come take a picture? Him and Mrs. Claus come down from their area and take a picture with our group. I think that would be awesome. So we're going to see. We're also talking to a few things about some things we're working on still for Friday. I know we keep saying that, but we really are working on. We just don't want to tell you guys anything until we have definite.
We don't want to get your hopes up that something great is coming for Friday.
Exactly.
And then,
so we're still working on that, hoping, and as soon as we do have confirmation that it's going to go, we will let you guys know. Don't worry about that. We're also going to be working on meetup shirts. Troy, I'm going to be talking with Troy about coming up with a design, maybe specific for this year. So maybe some kind of holiday themed meetup
extra
shirt
buttons
we can do,
and
buttons and things like that. We're really starting to put it all together. Just give us a little bit of time to get it all done.
It's coming. We still have a few months, but we're really working on trying to put something special together for you guys. Having the multiple events last year worked out really well because if people couldn't get into the park for whatever reason on Saturday, then they were able to come and see us Friday night. Because we had the book signing party at Paradiso at Disney Springs the night before, and even though it rained buckets, we still had a really good time.
It was a lot of fun. A lot of people came out. Thank you guys so much. It was awesome. You guys really made that night awesome.
Yes. So there was a couple of questions that I missed on here before we go. I know I saw something. Hold on. Oops, wrong way. Something about. I don't think that somebody asked if there was still a wait to get in the land. I think that was just.
I saw somebody posted that they went yesterday. They said there was no wait. They walked right in.
Yeah, there was no wait to get in. And then if you have mobile ordering, you don't have to wait in like the 45-minute line to get your.
Do you know if they will let you into Toy Story Land if you don't have a fast pass but have done mobile ordering through Woody's Log Bag?
Yes, you can. You can get into the land if you don't have a fast pass.
And somebody asked, how fast is Slinky Dog? Is it more intense than Mine Train?
It's about the same as Mine Train. It's a longer coaster than Mine Train. I think one of the biggest issues that I hear feedback from a lot of people about Seven Dwarfs Mine Train is that it's too short of a ride. I mean, it's a great ride. The dwarfs are awesome. The effects are great. The ride itself is a lot of fun.
It is. It's short.
It's short. It's like as soon as you get on and you're enjoying it, it is over.
Yeah, because you go through the mine with the dwarfs and everything. That's just an incredible scene. You actually see them marching up the side to Hi-Ho. But then it's over, just like a minute and a half later. Not even probably that long. So.
Yeah. So Slinky Dog is longer, which is a good thing because if you're going to stand in line a long time for a ride, you want it to be worth your while. And there's more than one. Somebody asked me if there's only one Slinky Dog train that's going. I saw two.
I would say there's a couple.
Yeah. So it's a longer ride. It's a fun ride. It's not scary. It's just a lot of fun. And then towards the end, I have video on our YouTube. There's like a launch in the second half of the ride instead of the first. Like you slow down and then there's like a little launch area. after the launch area, before you go up the top, you'll see a flashlight. That's where the photo pass thing is, like almost towards the end. And then at the very end of the ride, there's a big animatronic Wheezy that's singing "You've Got a Friend in Me" at the end. It's so cute. I got video of that on our YouTube channel too. And our YouTube is under the Main Street Mouse, but it's ST, not Street.
Right, so the main ST Mouse.
ST Mouse, because we had too many characters.
Right. Yeah,
So-
I love you. But I guess that's it for the week.
I guess that's it. I'm sorry we went over a little bit. There was a whole lot to cover. Again, thank you all so much for following along on our coverage for Toy Story Land. It has been such a good experience, and I'm so glad that you guys enjoyed it. I really tried really hard to bring you the best that I could. And as far as the contest goes, again, thank you all so much for entering.
We're gonna do some more like that.
We're gonna do more, and if you, anytime, we get messages from people, how can they help give back to us? And the best way you can give back to us is sharing videos like this, sharing our articles, telling your Disney loving friends about what we do. Word of mouth is how we built the Main Street Mouse. We never.
That's how we continue.
It is completely all organic reach. We've never bought ads. We've never bought following. We've never done any of that.
None of that.
So because of all of you, we grew as big as we were. So that is the best way that you can help us out, is by word of mouth and spreading the word about everything that we do.
Exactly.
So thank you all so much.
We got lots of good stuff coming up for you guys in the next few months, so keep watching, keep following along with our things. Follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram at The Main Street Mouse, all spelled out. On Twitter, it's just Main Street Mouse, forget the. And then, like Michelle said on YouTube, it's The Main ST Mouse. You can also follow Michelle on Instagram at Cindershella4, and you can follow me at TMSM_Avenger. Thank you so much for you guys, the help this week of watching everything, sharing it, telling all your friends about it. We really appreciate it. You guys will push us every day to keep going, and we are so grateful for that.
Yes, thank you.
So until next week, have a wonderful week. We will be at Toy Story Land tomorrow, so watch the page. I'm sure Michelle will do video, photos, and things like that as we see things.
So again, thank you so much, and we will see you real soon.
That's right. Bye, guys.
Bye.